Welcome to my Skyrim build guide. Today we're turning you into Thorin Oakenshield, the proud heir of Erebor, a fearless warrior and master craftsman. This build is all about honor, courage, and carving your way through enemies with strength and skill. If you enjoy immersive, lore-friendly builds and stepping into the boots of the king under the mountain, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Before the dragon ever came, Thorin Oakenshield was a prince of Erebor, heir to a kingdom carved from stone and lit by gold. He grew up beneath the vaulted halls, surrounded by the sound of hammers, the glow of forges, and the pride of a people at their strongest. Under the rule of his grandfather, King Thror, the lonely mountain prospered, and Thorin learned early what it meant to lead: honor, duty, and unbreakable dwarven will. But that golden age ended in an instant, when smog descended upon Erebor. Fire and ruin swallowed everything Thorin knew. He fought beside his kin in the burning halls, but the dragon's fury was unstoppable. Forced to flee, Thorin watched the gates of his home close behind him as the dragon claimed the mountain and everything within it, including the Arkenstone, the heart of the lonely mountain. After the fall of Erebor, the survivors of Durin's folk wandered from place to place, trying to rebuild their lives far from the mountain that had once defined them. Everything changed at the Battle of Azanulbizar. There, Thorin witnessed his grandfather Thror struck down by Azog the Defiler, igniting a fury that spread through the dwarven host. In the chaos, Thorin's shield was shattered, and with nothing else at hand, he lifted a fallen oak branch to defend himself. With that improvised shield, he fought his way to Azog and severed the orc's arm, turning the tide and earning the name Oakenshield. Decades later, when the wizard Gandalf placed the chance of reclaiming the mountain before him, Thorin seized it. With a company of 13 dwarves and one very unexpected hobbit, he set out on the quest of Erebor. Through trolls, goblins, wargs, spiders, and elves, Thorin led his company with fierce determination, driven by the hope of restoring his homeland. That hope was fulfilled, but not without cost. The Battle of the Five Armies tested Thorin more than any foe before it. Surrounded by enemies and consumed by the fury of reclaiming what was stolen, he nearly lost himself to the sickness of gold. But in the end, he broke free of it. Thorin charged into battle with courage worthy of the greatest kings of his line, fighting for his people, his friends, and the mountain he loved. Though he fell upon the battlefield, Thorin Oakenshield's story did not end. He avenged his grandfather by killing Azog, restored his people's pride, reclaimed the mountain, and faced his final moments with the honor of a true king. For race, I chose Nord. It fits Thorin's rugged, battle-hardened appearance and provides a solid base for his combat prowess. For standing stones, begin with the Warrior Stone to quickly level up your combat skills early on. Later, switch to the Lord Stone, granting armor and magic resistance that represents Thorin's legendary toughness. For stat distribution, invest 2 points into health for every 1 point into stamina, with no points into magicka. Thorin relies entirely on strength, endurance, and skill, not magic. With the foundation of your build ready, we can move on to skill points. For Thorin, you'll want to focus mainly on one-handed, block, and heavy armor. He's a master of both offense and defense. Make sure to get every perk in block and most perks in one-handed to reflect his skill with sword and axe. On the side, invest in smithing, alchemy, and enchanting. Thorin values crafting his own weapons and armor above anything else. You can also put a few points into archery, since he did use a bow briefly in The Hobbit, but it's not a major focus. For weapons, you'll primarily use a Nordic sword to serve as Orcrist, perfectly shaped to represent Thorin's elven blade. He also carries a Skyforge steel axe, representing the axe he wielded on his journeys. A long bow with steel arrows can be kept for rare ranged situations, but it remains a secondary option. For armor, Thorin wears Ulfric's clothes, enchanted with Fortify Health and Fortify Stamina. Since you'll be joining the Stormcloaks during the Civil War, you'll need to add Ulfric's clothes to your inventory using console commands. I've included the exact command in the description below. He also wears steel Nordic gauntlets enchanted with Fortify One-Handed and Fortify Archery, steel cuffed boots enchanted with Fortify One-Handed and Stamina, a gold sapphire ring enchanted with Fortify Archery and Health, a gold necklace enchanted with Fortify Block and Stamina, and a Netch leather tower shield enchanted with Fortify Health and Block. This shield represents the log Thorin used to defend himself during the Battle of Azanul-Bizar, the moment he earned the name Oakenshield. Each weapon and piece of armor was chosen to reflect Thorin's combat style, his love for craftsmanship, and his fearless, aggressive approach to battle. For shouts, I picked ones that highlight Thorin's combat prowess and dwarven skill. I took Become Ethereal, representing his toughness. Thorin, like any true dwarf, stands firm rather than fleeing like an elven princeling. I also took Elemental Fury, reflecting the remarkable skill and ferocity of dwarves in combat. Thorin fights aggressively, but with calculated precision. Orcrist is your primary weapon. Fast, lethal, and perfect for fighting aggressively. The Skyforge steel axe represents the axe he carried on his journeys, and you'll use it alongside your shield. This combination allows you to apply bleed damage while maintaining a strong defense. The longbow is simply a backup for the rare moments you need ranged support. In every fight, he stands his ground and presses forward with unwavering resolve. Thorin never retreats. Thorin's path in Skyrim is about reclaiming honor and treasures. Complete the main storyline to defeat Alduin, mirroring Thorin defeating Smaug. And it's a fight worthy of a king. Complete the Dragonborn DLC. You can roleplay Mirak as Azog, sending his cultists to kill you, just like Azog sent warg riders to track Thorin, adding a personal touch to your journey. Join the Stormcloaks. The dwarves fought elves and others for their homelands, so this reflects Thorin's loyalty to his people. If you will be role-playing as Thorin, there are a few rules you need to follow. Avoid stealing, and never harm innocents. Do not dual-wield weapons. Never use Orcrist with your shield. Always unequip your quiver when you're not using your bow. Hoard gold, gems, dwarven metal, and dwarven relics. A true king guards his treasures. Craft your own weapons and armor rather than buying them. Avoid spellcasting entirely. Never flee from battle. Slay every dragon that threatens your homeland. Travel with a bearded follower to carry your supplies. The longer the beard, the better. Always distrust the elves. Focus on side quests involving treasure, ancient ruins, honor, revenge, or dwarven ruins. That's it for the Thorin Oakenshield build. Follow his path with honor and fight like a king. Let me know in the comments how you'd adapt the build, and subscribe for more lore-accurate Skyrim builds like this one. Thanks for watching.